So I guess what the hell am I doing here? I am.
Okay, Raymond.
Okay, so
Are we recording? And
yeah,
everything?
exactly.
Okay.
So we're recording, and I think
Is this good enough, or do I have to wear it?
It should be good enough.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
and then the recording thing is I think here or something.
It looks like it's recording.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah, it says stop presenting, so it suggests that we are presenting. Oh my God, how am I gonna even
Oh.
see this?
So you have to.
So Raymond, it's recording, right?
It is.
Yeah.
Maybe
Okay.
later.
Yeah. Later I will show you. So
Okay,
you have to
thank
go
you.
to the.
How do I sign in?
You could use, I guess, one of our logins on this
Yeah,
app.
yeah, but it's not even taking the click.
Oh,
I can't
really?
even click on it.
Oh, it's glitching. Yeah. It's not screen saving.
Here.
Yeah.
Oh, so what is that? Oh, that's the record. Okay, all right.
Yeah. This is the.
So what is my? Is it my email address?
No,
I don't
it-
think you have a profile there,
Yeah.
so can you?
I don't remember my password. Let's just ask them. Hey, Gabriel is in the process of creating a profile for you.
Okay, well then let's just stare at the screen and do nothing.
Exactly.
Um,
So we're gonna be going over.
so what was I supposed to do? I'm just supposed to create a tour
Yeah.
for
so
you
like
guys in the system.
yeah,
This will
so-
probably be pretty quick, and then
Okay.
you'll move on to Evan, who'll show
Did
you
you
how to
log in?
book a tour. So
You in?
no,
Oh, you should be able to, you have already
But-
a profile.
yeah. What is my sign in? Is it RUNRE or my full email address?
Yeah, it's the same like the AA one.
Okay. Which is just my first name and last name. My first initial.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Now.
How long have you been using this system?
Forever.
Forever. Okay.
I can't get in.
No?
Is it because it's under our name? Should it be one of our login?
No. And then the password,
Which I think I know.
yeah, the same password that you have on AA, unless you don't remember.
Yeah.
Nope.
So yeah, I guess before we begin, so the scope of the training, I believe, was with Lisa, like you said,
Yeah.
creating the tour.
Yeah, once we get in,
and
I'm just
through
going
all
to,
the steps and
yeah, it's
stuff.
pretty straightforward. It just
Okay.
walks you through.
Yeah.
There are a couple tricks. Probably the most complicated part is creating the inventory that you'll be
Okay.
selling electronically when you
Okay.
go to make a booking.
Okay.
You have to fill in all the information about the tour itself, which is pretty quick.
Mhm.
I think we'll probably be on, as soon as I get in, we'll probably
Yeah.
only be here for like 20 minutes or so.
Okay.
But because you're not going to be using our pre-departure information, country by
No.
country stuff too.
No.
You're not going to be doing that.
Yeah.
You're not going to be databasing your itineraries. They're going to be a separate attachment that you're going to
I
save and
believe
upload,
so.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they all come.
Okay, fill up the username. And the password is capital A. And then the rest is lowercase b, c, d,
B.
c, d, 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so
Okay. Save? No, never.
And so, Raymond, so it's okay that it's out of the recording window, so record the screen. Right?
Switch to this just to make sure that that's, yeah, see, it's showing, yeah.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so we're setting this up, right?
Yeah.
Which is a 3-day trip. So the first thing we do is we go to this and we go to Lisa, and this is a blank page where all this information has to go, and it's pretty free form. No, I can't type anything.
Oh,
I'll have to go back to the probably the other.
No?
no.
Um,
share.
Stop sharing, share this
Or
tab
share this.
instead.
Or share this tab
Yeah, I think
instead.
probably share
Oh,
this
really?
tab
The
instead.
recording.
Yeah.
Nope.
No. Oh, there you can type there.
Yeah, but I don't want to type
Yeah.
there.
No, I
I want to type
yeah.
here.
Okay, I think we're gonna have to get Gabriel and Raymond to just sit here.
Now we have this. Well, that won't go away.
Raymond, so we're having a lot
So the first step was creating a trip to go to Lisa. Where is it? Where do you go? Can you show
It's
me?
the second
Here.
tab, the third
The red one, and it's the only choice.
location. thing.
I just want a blank page.
Oh, you go, oh no, that's a, no.
Yeah, but it won't do it, if it's blank.
Okay, I let Raymond and Gabriel know that
Okay.
they're gonna come over. They said it may be because Keeper's editing, but I would imagine that he was already notified
It's
about
the
this.
main.
Okay, well, anyway, I've already created a couple tours for you
Okay.
guys that Evan will be using to sell
Okay.
with you guys watching him. So the first one is the Richmond Cranberry Experience.
Okay.
I got creative. Okay, so none of this stuff is going to be public facing. Oh God, more drama.
looking at.
Try to work here.
We want a blank screen. We want blank. See,
Huh?
We want to start it brand
we want
new
to start it fresh.
tour.
It's insisting on landing on this page.
Oh,
We want a new tour. I want a blank page. What was wrong with him?
I don't know.
Your
Is it,
enthusiasm is
may I,
contagiating.
can you click here just so we can see what's the selection?
Yeah, but this has nothing to do with what you're learning really. But this will be a list of tours that you've created,
Okay.
and they'll just come up automatically, alphabetically.
Okay,
So
I see.
yeah, just
Oh,
it's just
okay,
a
so
pull
the
down.
name for the
Yeah.
each tour.
Yeah. I just need to get to a blank screen, but
Your enthusiasm is contagiating.
what does main menu do? Okay. So this looks nice.
Thank you.
I've pulled up an existing tour, but now it won't let us go to a blank screen to add a new one.
okay.
Yeah.
I have no idea where ABC came from.
That's weird.
Gordon Head, that's on the island, isn't it?
Yeah.
A friend of mine is from Gordon Head. That's near Victoria, right?
Okay. Why is it locked to the last one? ABC is there's created already.
Family was your weekend gift.
Yes. It's very good.
Yeah, because you went camping, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, how was that? Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, let's get look into that.
Stores.
Yeah.
It's regular, which means-
Got to swim the lake and stuff.
Yeah, it's the,
Yeah.
it's the, inlet.
Okay.
But yeah,
Nice.
I'm just sitting by this.
You're not missing anything.
Well, also our views.
What do you guys use to make your itinerary document?
Just Word.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
This is pretty slick looking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
looks good.
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't come. Yeah, now they're pretty consistent. They have a good template.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very slick. It helps that you guys won't be databasing because that takes it to a different level. You're just going to have these attachments, right? So that's nice because otherwise,
Yes.
oh, that works. Otherwise, we database our itineraries. So it's day by day.
Mm-hmm.
Each day, or as
Oh,
many
so
as there
we
are.
don't have to do that because I think we went
No.
through this in the previous kind of overview and.
Well, I don't think you want to do that. I'm
Yeah.
told that you're going to be using these,
No,
right?
because they're all different. Like we don't have
Yeah,
day by
everything
day.
is custom.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
We hardly have one.
The same.
Yeah, and
Except
the reason why
content.
we database it because we have future dates ad
Yeah,
nauseum,
exactly.
right? Chances are you're not going to be doing
You're-
this again, exactly,
Yeah.
right?
You're
So
based on
yeah.
the itinerary, you're based on the client requirement.
plus this actually looks nicer than ours. So yeah.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Ours just looks very
Work for it?
utilitarian. There's not a lot of color on it. And this is where I guess we can just take a look at this while we're at it. So this is unique to you guys because you're not databasing your tour. This will just hold placeholders because the date that we will add here, I've already added a date for this fake tour. This end date is generated by the number of days indicated here.
Okay.
So you don't enter the start date and the end date. You just enter the start date and it'll calculate from here what the end date is.
And this is days or nights?
This is days. Yeah. So
So
yeah.
1 day.
Yeah. So this is what 3 nights. So this would be a 4 date.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay, so it's different from
yeah, because the end date needs to show the day that you're, you know,
the party.
I guess we could do data entry for the Western Contendo. Okay. For some of them, they would be easy to generate.
and so this for us, some of this is public facing.
Mhm.
For you guys, it's not going to be, but you can choose any format you
What's that
want.
mean, public?
But your
Like
your
the
clients are not going to
client
see
can
this, right? So, but there's an option to put a subtitle
Mhm.
because for some of this stuff, it goes to the website and to the invoice wording. For you guys, it's not going to.
Okay.
So this is just for your reference
Okay.
and begins in and ends in. I don't think that's going to be live data for you guys either. But this here from the pull down, this probably affects language on your invoicing. Or are you going to be invoicing separately? Probably not because you're going to book tours in the system and then do
We still
billing.
haven't decided because
Okay.
like if we do invoice
Mhm.
through the system,
Yeah.
that's gonna require a lot of tweaking.
Yeah.
Because we invoice in installments, and so
Ah.
we don't show the
Mm.
client the full
It's a-
price and everything.
Okay.
So it's
Well, anything with a red asterisk
yeah.
is mandatory
Yeah.
as per our system, but it'll probably be helpful for you guys to have that anyway, right?
Yes.
So the subtitle is not because you guys know what this is. This is just for your reference. Length, again, it generates the end date. Here, start end point. It takes you a second to put that. in,
Yeah,
right?
it's-
So it
it's
doesn't really
always
matter,
easy.
right? So
Nicole, are we databasing the itineraries or not?
We're gonna put the itineraries in there as PDFs.
yeah.
Okay.
So that's where this comes in. So I'll get to that in a sec. But
Mhm.
we thought that you might find some of these other buttons helpful. Because do you ever have tours where you have to pay by check or wire transfer instead of credit card?
Yeah.
Checks.
Mostly
Sometimes.
Mostly
Yeah.
checks. So here you would switch that on. No credit card allowance. So that
But
would,
we have a combination, 'cause sometimes we take like
Yeah.
a hotel deposit by credit
Yeah,
card
it's
and then
different,
most.
yeah.
payments
It's
are
always a
check.
combination.
so I'm not sure how it's going to work with yours, but just to be on the safe side, in case this is active data for your stuff, this shuts off any language pertaining to credit card.
Okay.
So that would be you. And I don't know how you work with travel insurance. This automatically sends an email reminder after a couple of days of booking your tour
Okay.
to the email address on file.
Yeah.
To reminder of the importance of buying insurance. Da, da, da. Here's who we use. Da, da, da.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
So-
good.
So that's automated, but you can switch that off if you want. I'm not sure how far along they are.
We book
So-
it for them.
That the teacher received an email from the system, right?
Yeah, whoever has the email address on file for this
Be
booking
sure that
will get that.
they'll give you the route.
Yeah, but there's probably,
Uh,
this is something that we don't see. It goes out automatically. It's programmed in. So there's wording there probably attached to Adventures Abroad. So if you want this,
Yeah, we'll have.
you'll have to
custom-
talk to them to
Yeah.
make an
but in
EWT
case the email
version of
bounces
that.
back, can Alerted that they may bounce back.
That I don't know. I don't know.
Because if the teacher's not getting our emails.
Yeah, so that I don't know if there's bounce backs.
Okay.
I have no
We'll,
idea.
we'll check with Raymond.
Yeah. Yeah, so because these things, this you may want to use, right? This you may want to switch that off
Yeah.
until it's actually worded with your logoing and whatever,
Yeah.
you know, so that can be switched off. Or we can just make them both default to being off
Mhm.
and you just switch them on as you like, but this defaults to being on
Okay.
because it's for us, it goes out all the
Yeah.
time.
Sure.
So group size, I don't know if that's something you'll be using.
Yeah, I don't think we really have minimum groups.
Yeah.
Kind of based on
Yeah.
the booking.
For us, this is programming because it goes to the website where it shows a max group number. So most of our tours are 18, but if it's a walking tour, or a smaller group or whatever, it could be 12, it could be 16. So this overrides. So as it is now for us, if this is left blank, it defaults to max 18, but that's on the website, which you don't
Yeah.
Yeah.
you don't link, right?
Why not just click add new tour?
Yeah, it's different from like
And
the
it's
client
okay.
page. Like
Do I do
if you are-
custom?
If you're on the client page, then
Yes, I do.
you need
Yeah,
to go
okay.
to the
Okay,
blank
thank you.
client page to add a new tour. But on Lisa, you just click the add new tour on the right side to
So,
add the
okay.
new tour, and then you'll be redirected to the new tour page.
okay,
Yeah, I'm there now.
okay, so,
Is
yeah,
that Kiefer?
yeah.
Hi, Kiefer, thank
you.
you. How's the weather in Indonesia?
Okay.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Kiefer.
Yeah,
All right.
good night.
All
Good
right,
morning.
thanks.
Okay, talk to you later, Kipa. Thanks.
So do you have a tour code in mind for this?
Yeah, well, we do. Should we
Yeah.
do a tour
I
code
mean,
based on the invoice?
well,
No,
normally-
no, because that's after we.
Well, Yeah, normally
What
we
is-
do like a 6-character tour code, and then we also put in the dates as
That's
well.
only
But
after.
I think with
Hmm.
tour guide, from what I understand, the dates part gets added based on the tour that you set up. So in the tour ID, I believe it's only the characters that you put in, correct?
Yeah,
So we could just put the school.
our system only supports 4 digits here.
Yeah, so we could do just a school name that would be incorporated into the invoice.
That would probably come when we create the
So
inventory.
that
Okay.
That's how the
letters and
billable
numbers
appears on
or
the
just
invoice.
letters?
We usually do just, well, combination, as you like. But 4 characters.
Let's just do
Start.
which school is that?
Numbering them by 001.
No.
No, two ID.
No, it has to be like what we do normally.
I
on
would
the
do,
invoice.
It said it's limited to 4.
Yeah, GHMS, Gordon Head Middle School.
GHMS?
J.
Yeah, it's usually
Well,
easier
one
if,
problem with that is
But we
if they
want,
have multiple.
We want the
Exactly, that's why I
location
can
part.
start 001 and just fill in the cities.
we
Just
usually
fill the
code our
group
stuff.
tours by
Yeah.
number.
We usually code our stuff in a way that's self-explanatory.
yeah. and
So
then we
this
do as well.
Gordon School,
Yeah.
whatever,
Gordon
Gordon Head Middle School, H.
Well, we could, well, for this one, why don't we just put GH and then WC, because it's
with-
Gordon Head and then they're going to
Whistler
Worcester
Contando.
Contender.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's- yeah. So
Yeah.
then we reuse that for the invoice.
Yes.
Like we
Yeah, this is
incorporate
gonna be
it.
the
Yeah.
exact same as
So,
how it appears in trams and how it goes on the.
Again, we need to repeat it the next year.
Yeah, but it would be Gordon, and then it would be
But it would be a
Whistler with
different
next year.
date.
Like you're not gonna have
Different
two
dates.
Whistlers the same
Oh.
year.
Yeah, and we're
But you're
gonna,
not
It'll be
limited to
26,
4.
27.
yeah, but we can ask IT to change that.
Let's just try it. Let's
Yeah.
just start with that.
as mentioned, this is going here.
Okay.
Mhm.
And this is not public facing for you guys. So this is just for your reference.
Okay.
So now we're at length. It's 4 days, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so start date off the top of your head, anyone?
It just
Um,
Oh, there it is.
So let's just do 2027, whatever.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You can't, can you do a past date?
This can be changed.
Okay.
I can't do it in the past. I
Yeah,
don't
right,
think,
so
so,
2027
Yeah.
is.
okay. Okay. So choose the year first, April 25th. How's that? So all you have to do is the start date because it'll auto calculate based on that. So the end date. So pricing, do you want to put it in or just a placeholder?
Price one,
yeah, you just have the.
Yeah, just
They
not
can
based
make
on
it
the.
better.
this one doesn't have the.
Oh,
Does
Let-
it have-
let's
already
just-
have it?
pricing.
let's just put $500.
It has
Oh, yeah,
the
it
price,
does.
yeah, it has the price.
835.
835
Mhm.
Canadian.
Yes.
Okay, so here you have a choice.
Yeah.
So I usually at this stage save things
Right.
just in case, because sometimes
Where is the safe button?
At the
at the
bottom.
bottom here,
Oh,
depending on how you have your screen, you know, I generally tend to blow it up because I have bad eyes. So this is going to begin in Tuasan, right? So Tuasan. Oh God, I don't know how to spell this off the top of my head.
double W.
TSA
T-S
A
Sa
and two W's.
Tuasan. Yeses?
Yeah.
Okay. Ends in
No, but they returned, right?
No, but this is just,
Oh,
this is mostly usually for us, it's airports,
okay.
airport
They
locations.
go back to.
So that would be Tuasan, back to Tuasan.
Well, and usually the endpoint is the end of services.
Yeah, so
So
Tuasan
Tuasan.
again.
Gonna make me spell this again. So, category, this is where you guys come in.
Exactly.
You have a new category.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure what that's going to do, but I have a feeling it'll drive language somewhere else. Yeah, for us that mostly drives for us pre-departure information, which you guys are not going to be using, which is another reason why you don't need to even put the country in here, right? Because this is all about the pre-dep.
Sure.
Otherwise, you would have all these countries that you can add
Yeah.
for which we have pre-trip information,
We could
including
have that.
Yeah,
I mean,
and-
for Europe tours, US
US
tours.
tours, yeah.
it's
we have,
it's
like,
a
South
information
America.
about currency. and,
because you guys generally tend to do your own. I understand. Is that what you do?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
But there may be standard wording, like for example, the Contando festivals, they're all very similar. So for those kind of cases, it may be helpful to do that.
yeah, so for us, that drives those pre-dep packages, which has all of our preamble,
Mhm.
general terms and how things generally go on our tours, far and wide, no matter which one they are, and then country by country stuff, weather, food, money, what to bring,
Mhm.
all that, and entry requirements. So
So does it also encompass your terms and conditions and all that?
no, that usually
No.
goes separately with
Okay.
your invoicing.
Okay,
Yeah, terms of
so
something.
this is just specific to the country.
Yeah.
and the group.
Yeah, anything specific to how to
Yeah,
get
we're
ready
not
for your
doing
trip.
pre-dep
So
really at this point.
yeah, this is what I
Might have to write
understand.
them all.
So if you were, you would have to choose a country here, but this is not mandatory. You don't see a red asterisk there, right? So you can leave that
If
blank.
they're Writing one, then we'll do it. For, we might do, could we do, West, like by province? We could probably do that, right?
You can probably do it just through AI, PDF it, and attach it as a special document, as a
But we
special
would probably want
attachment.
to do it by, I have figured out, but
Yeah,
we'll figure out if we end up doing it, how we end up doing it,
Mhm.
but that will be round 2 of
Okay.
TG.
okay. So let's leave your send travel or insurance email here. This is also just for you, the description.
Okay.
That appears on our itineraries as a subtitle, but that could be anything that you want to just tell yourselves about.
Okay.
This max group size, we just talked about that. This is set for us to default to 18, but that again is website information. So I don't think that's even going to be relevant to you guys. Final payment date. You guys have a standard final payment date?
Yes,
It's usually like
8
6 weeks.
yeah, so I have to.
So this
define
this is number of
Right now.
days. So ours defaults to 90.
Okay,
But if you enter a figure here, then it overrides it.
sure.
But again, that
Okay.
drives automated final payment reminder emails and stuff for us. So I'm
What
not
do you
sure.
wanna do?
That's
Yeah.
good.
You want to do?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's-
So that,
Getting people to pay on time is a never
Yeah.
ending torment.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So there's a very nice form that goes out
Yeah.
2 weeks before the 90 days.
Okay,
Okay.
That actually is dynamic in that it takes from your invoice all the figures and does all the calculations for you if you're paying by check with possibly a discount if you guys do that. There are options to do that because if with us you do a check or wire transfer, it's considered to be cash.
Yeah.
So it does the calculation of what your discount would be for that.
for us, our default is check because ours are max.
Yeah.
Right?
So there's no discount for
So
that.
the only time things are different is if we're taking, sometimes we charge like a service fee for credit cards.
Mm,
But we don't usually because we only take
Okay.
credit cards for up to 5,000 anyway,
normally,
mostly.
So this for you guys could just be a standard 2 weeks
60
before
days.
90 days or whatever it is as a
Yeah.
reminder. And it could just be a generically worded reminder.
Exactly.
Mm.
what your terms are usually, because I don't think they
Probably
vary a
we'll,
lot
like,
from
we'll
trip to trip.
reiterate our address and things like that, because people are going.
So that
Instructions.
that
Yeah.
programming would come from there.
Yeah.
Because we don't even see those notices when they go out,
We can write one and then give it to them.
Yeah. unless you want to see our boilerplate version,
Yeah, might as well send it to
Sure.
us, and then.
and
we
then you can
adjust
just
it.
change it. Okay. So let's leave that for now. Doesn't really matter. Here's some stuff that's going to work for you. I know for sure. We call them sales reminders because it goes back to the day when we put most of the bookings by phone. So these would be things that you would tell people on the phone as a reminder to them. But these are actually more accurately now invoice notes, which are pasted to the invoice.
Right.
And these are notes that are specific to this tour, such
Okay.
as single supplements are not available for this tour, right? And that would be public facing. So you would have, you know, and so this is something that you're going to be able to put on their invoice when you book them. A list of these invoice notes will come up in the booking process, and you either click them on or off as they apply or don't apply.
Okay.
So single supplement
And we can add things like.
not available, blah, blah,
Students
blah.
are in quads, things like that. We could, yeah, specify our standard.
The
reminders.
English.
Yeah,
Our standard. reminders.
yeah. So
Or, you know, chaperones.
standard
parents,
room are quad format, configuration,
Yeah.
configure
So again, where the client gonna see that?
It's on
or-
the.
on their invoice. So this is
Yeah.
public facing, but you have the choice when you're booking them to click this on or not.
Okay.
So
right?
say we're doing a group that
Yeah.
only has double, like their.
Yeah. So if there is like a boilerplate,
Yeah.
so there's these notes,
Mhm.
and then there is another set of notes that generically and oftentimes apply to all tours,
Sure.
but
Yeah,
not
like-
necessarily all of them.
Like
So you
GST
select them.
Yeah.
Calculated
Yeah.
on at final.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all the things that are kind of our
All the
normal
accounting
reminders.
Yeah, a
Like
window
accounting
will, a
notes.
window will come up as you're booking somebody,
Yeah.
and it'll be stuff that we've preloaded in there
Sure.
that usually apply but don't always. And so you click them off
Yeah.
as they don't apply. But if you have one that you want to get staff attention to, that this is important for you when you book the tour, but this won't be a public facing note. So, you know, don't tell them that there is no air conditioning, you know, it's,
Yeah.
right? So
Or,
I put
So the
these,
brackets here will.
I put, no, the brackets are not programmed. This is the brackets, the square brackets are to tell you that this is not public facing. This is for you, the operator,
To know.
to not do or to do what is
and it could
said
be
here.
like a whistle one,
Yeah.
we don't have hotel blocking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, things like that.
Yeah.
We've
Yeah.
never filled it, but something, we're taking this book because we're gonna get it.
Yeah.
It's just something for us to know.
You can edit this after we're done, just for the sake of it, of expediency, I'm just typing this in and making typos because I can't really see all that well. Okay, so that's how we usually do it. This can be just put in.
Sure.
This, if it's entered with the square brackets, is a signal to you that this is just for staff, right?
Mhm.
So then you save, always save. Okay. Then you just close this. So this should now turn red because it tells you then there are now sales reminders. These are from an operational standpoint. Nicole, do you ever get things at the time of final documents that the staff here need to know to include with that? If there are things.
Like to include for the clients to have? Or
Yeah.
just to know?
Yeah, at the time of final documents, instead of just the regular that you would send out, if there's another special form or something,
Sometimes we
you would
have,
put
like-
notes here pertaining to that.
Yeah, sometimes we have like, hotel things, they have to like fill out some sort
Oh,
of hotel
like, all
authorization.
the- Yeah.
things like that.
So,
Like the incidentals.
yeah,
for
so
example.
this is for staff only, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
So if you're about to send out final documents for the trip, and you see that this is in red, you know, send special form. Then this is just for you.
Yeah.
That'll turn red, so it'll catch your eye that when you guarantee the tour, or not guarantee, when you're getting close to finals, I better look in here because we might have something extraneous that needs to be attached to that, right?
Maybe we had to fill out,
Yeah.
you know,
And
say it's Hawaii,
Mhm.
and fill out
Those-
military form or something.
So this final reminders and sales reminders? Are they like, once you enter them, they will only be associated to that specific tour? Or
Yeah.
they come back? No,
This-
to
these-
that specific
These are
tour,
tour
right?
specific.
For
Yeah.
this one though,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
If I create a new one, there won't be any.
no, that'll be
Okay.
blank again,
So
like,
that's
like it
good.
was.
Yeah, or like final reminder, be like,
Mhm.
like special, a discount we promised in the beginning, you know?
Yeah.
To remind.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
us.
you
Yeah,
add on
perfect,
that one.
perfect.
Versus
Something
like
like
there's
that.
the
Yeah.
boilerplate
Oh,
ones
like-
that are payment reminders.
Yeah.
If you have a tour specific one, you have
Yeah.
to accept.
Or like, yeah, okay.
And related to
Or
that,
like the dietary restrictions. or
Dietary
things like
restrictions or
that.
credits or
Mhm.
any. fun things.
related to that is the guarantee reminder. So when you guarantee the tour, there might be some additional information that we need here, like we need passport copies at time of guarantee. So you would put that in here, passport copies.
Sadly, we can't do that because ours are all minors.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But we do need passport numbers and all that
Yeah.
kind of
No, we
stuff.
don't.
No?
No, we don't need passport number. We just need
Legal
legal.
name, legal
Oh,
name. Yeah. And date of birth.
If there's a special form, I don't know, do you guys do this? Like, you know, sometimes on our West Africa tour and other tours that have a lot of information, we put all the entry
Very
requirements for
rarely.
all 8 countries on one sheet.
Yeah, very rarely.
Okay,
It's
so-
usually like if they're going to Hawaii and they're going to play at like the military base, the
Mhm.
special forms, but those are
Okay.
rare.
Okay, well, that can be left alone
Yeah, I
because we
would-
can figure that out if you ever have a problem like that, a situation like
If it's a
that.
one-off, we would just
Yeah,
probably
okay.
email that one
Okay.
directly because they're usually
Mm.
so weird.
Do you ever have visa fees or entry fees that you bill in
Not
advance?
currently.
No? So that's where this would go. If there are,
Hopefully, maybe we'll get to that, but
Mm.
at the current stage.
because for some, the clients pay us.
Yeah.
For the price of the Turkmenistan advance.
Basically, as it
Letter.
currently stands, we don't do anything with visas.
Okay.
In fact, like getting the visas or if they need
Yeah,
the
we don't deal
visas.
with that.
Okay, well, that'll be there just in case. Tour deposit, always the same?
No.
Okay, so this, if you don't put anything in here, it defaults to 500
Per person or per tour?
per person. Everything's per person.
Yeah.
So if you put in anything else, like $1,500, $300, it'll override the standard 500. And then anybody on the phone, this will be red. So you could go, let me check to see what the deposit amount is for this. If you don't see anything in red,
But the
It's
it
500.
defaults.
the teacher gonna see it's $500 per person or just $500?
No, per person. It will
You're
say
gonna show
500
$500.
X
Ah,
number
okay,
purchase.
okay.
But we do also have to make it, because
This is
ours
not
is by
public
paying
facing.
person, we also have free packs. So like it might be 35 kids who are paying plus 4 free. So
Or
we have to,
pre-staff.
I know there's a way to do that.
I don't think that this is even connected to any language that the clients will see. This is for your
No,
reference.
no, I mean for
right?
invoices,
Yeah.
it's gonna
Oh,
have to
that's just
show.
for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we're gonna have to like list participants and not all of them are paying.
Mm.
I know there's a way to do it, I just can't remember.
And any notes, anything important attached to air that you book with us through them over there? and
Air, well,
yeah?
we have schedules
Yeah.
to follow.
So if you have any notes
name
pertaining,
list.
okay, so air to and from the tour, there's an air notes.
Yeah, air,
Field.
that's important.
Yeah,
We
it's like if you have to
lots of-
arrive at a certain time,
Oh,
Oh,
those are
it's-
notes
Oh,
Also,
for.
oh,
Yeah.
these are all the client facing stuff now.
this is not.
No,
This is
Yeah.
all internal
Yeah,
reference.
the air notes will ask will be payment, attrition, deadline.
Anything,
And
We
any,
currently put like our ticket, like AA was the ticket information in there, right?
yeah, they do. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know how that end of it works, but this pretty much is just, this is usually for reference for the flights department.
Yeah.
Or if,
How flights is gonna work, I don't know, because I don't know if they're going to have access to our TG, so that's it to be continued.
okay,
That would be great if they could, because then they could add.
it's
it
easy enough
like-
just to flip over to your version.
That's what I'm hoping.
You just put a
because
bookmark
then
on
they can
the
put their
toolbar.
information there and
Yeah.
it's easy.
Sometimes we have like, if arrival transfers and departure transfers are not included, then Air will see transfers
Yeah.
not included. They'll mark it up or not mark it up accordingly to cover the cost of those, right? So that's where that kind of thing
Yeah.
goes, because it's internal information. So that may or may not
But
be useful
ours
to
would
you.
probably be more like how many PNRs, because we might have some,
Okay.
right? And also if we have any like deviation.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, deviations or something.
Because
And
that's
then
okay.
also, like Emily said, like attrition dates,
Exactly.
payment
Mm.
deadlines, all that kind of stuff, we'd probably.
Yeah, it just, we have at the end of the contract, just can copy and paste the information.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be
Always
handy.
check.
That would be handy for that.
It's good for
Right?
us, yeah,
Yeah.
because air can be stressful.
Yeah, for sure.
So when you have like 80 people,
Yeah.
flying.
And when you have certain special
kids.
conditions that are applied to a one specific tour, that'll be here.
And ours are all listed.
Quick, so you don't have to roll through all your old emails, right? So here's your single supplement, easy. It auto calculates currencies as programmed, but CAD and USD are the main ones. Mandatory, no. So that is manual entry. That's what you guys enter if there's a single supplement.
Okay.
Domestic taxes, additional taxes on
Yeah,
internal
our
air,
GST.
Yeah,
Yeah.
GST, HST, if it's. in
that
there.
goes here.
We have it way more than you guys do, taxes.
No, but this for us.
Yeah.
As accumulated taxes on the internal air that occur within the tour.
But ours are across all of our tour.
If you have GST,
Yeah.
you can put that here in the tour tax,
Yes.
but that's charged on the land package too.
But we have,
Yeah,
to-
yeah.
because Canada, it's gonna be.
Okay,
GST.
so all you have to do is put the amount, because the amount varies from province to province, depending on if they have HST
Yeah,
or
amount.
GST. So you know about this
So,
field.
so we
Yeah,
put the
okay.
dollar amount, not the percentage?
You
or-
put the percentage.
Oh, percentage,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, yeah, we have that calculator on our costing, so that's easy.
Yeah, you could just put that in there,
Mhm.
and that is programmed for invoicing.
Okay.
That amount then shows on the invoice.
Which is good,
Yeah, I don't know what pre-post tour means. I've never seen that before.
because we always have to have our GST separate out, because the schools claim it back,
Mm.
right?
Mhm.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, so sometimes
Like the
sometimes
school,
the school actually pays and then they just get
so
reimbursed
they don't
through
charge that to the
CRA.
kids, because they then reclaim it. It's a whole thing, so it's having it separate is a bonus for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like you decide when you need it or not, right? So, okay, so dates and prices now for your reference, that's where you go. That's easy. Master dates. That's what we already did. So we did that when that form came up in the beginning.
Mhm.
This is just sort of behind the scenes data. I don't think you'll ever be in there for any reason, really. This is where you want to be for your
What
single.
is it? Oh,
Your
wait.
price will show here, your single supplement here, any airport tax that we might have entered
Yeah.
in that previous screen will appear, and the visa fees same from the other screen. Those would appear here for your reference. And itineraries, you won't have that because you're not databasing your itineraries.
Yeah.
Right.
So this has to be here though for programming reasons, because again, your end date is generated by the number of days here.
Mm.
So these are all just blank placeholders.
Sure,
You won't even be looking at this. For us, this is where the itinerary gets pasted in.
sure.
And then this gets uploaded to the website and to the My Suitcase account. That's how our itineraries go out.
But in any case, you need to change the number of days at the bottom, right?
No, you
No,
don't. You
no,
don't do it here.
automatic.
We've already done that.
Okay, 'cause you-
We've already done that here when the first initial screen came up.
okay, so there's not.
Yeah, and try to make it make sure that it's accurate, this number, because to add another day, which then impacts your end date, is a
Yeah.
pain in the ass.
So I read, okay, yes, so this is after booking.
Yeah, we're not gonna load any
Yeah, any
tours up
code,
until
yeah,
they've actually
of course.
paid the deposit.
Yeah, okay.
Let's see here. So
After
print,
the-
Or
so itineraries, you won't be using that. Print shop, you don't need that because that's database to the itinerary. Add new tour, that's definitely something you need. So it's probably best if when you're creating new tours that you, what did we do? We did a custom tour.
custom,
Yeah, you do a custom tour because what that does then is it reads this and it inserts automatically these blank day code placeholders.
Okay.
So that all gets done for you automatically when you select custom.
itinerary.
Yeah. Changes, I don't know if you want to use that. If there are any changes to this tour, maybe it's going to run again. Maybe you're going to have a future date.
We have a
yeah,
lot of them.
sometimes it gets
Like they do contender every year,
Yeah.
every other year.
Yeah.
Or like, what's his name, Craig?
Or Dr.
Constable
Knox, they do
Neil.
the
Yeah,
same every
Constable
year.
Sounds
Neil.
Very common.
some groups do the same
Mm,
exact
okay.
tour every year.
So if you want to track that, anything, again, this is just for you, your reference only. If you think that this might run again, anything pertinent to the next time that you might want to run this, you can put it here.
Or like some internal,
Yeah.
so after tour notes, or didn't like this hotel, or
Yeah,
if it's a repeating
anything.
tour,
Yeah,
that's
Or
It-
you
it
would
says-
like more
it's
activities
designed
next
to
year or-
log.
this actually doesn't work for them.
Yeah.
or-
Yeah, it's designed to log changes that we make as we go, but this could be just broadly general for you. Just so
Okay.
ignore the very literal wording there. It just could be anything that pertains to the next running of the tour
Okay,
that
that's
you
good.
want all in one place for quick
Equally,
reference.
Next year, it might be new
Yeah.
teacher and to make notes, right? So now you don't need to look at the new teacher. So you know, so and so's retiring.
Mhm.
Okay, so now we have to create the inventory that allows you to sell. So this
I have
get,
one question
yeah.
about this. So, like we're gonna be making all custom tours, right?
Yeah.
So if we say, for example, know that this tour is attached to a particular teacher, would it be something that we could put in the description?
in here?
No, at the top there, title and then description below.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
Okay.
If it's a certain teacher and you find that's going to be helpful for you for reference quickly, then sure,
Okay.
absolutely. Why not? And this is also a free form field, which we could have gotten rid of because this used to be information that appeared in our printed price book,
Okay.
like notes pertaining to maximum single supplements or right? That would actually print on the massive price book that was 37 pages.
Okay.
This now becomes internal reference only. So any notes that you want to be here in your face,
Mhm.
like maximum 45, you could put in there where you don't have to look, right?
Or like-
Unless you put it here,
We
right?
have the teacher's phone number, so
Yeah.
every time we want to contact,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Contact information.
Yeah.
It's all just for you. We decided to leave it in.
Okay.
We don't use it
yeah.
very much anymore because a lot of stuff that you would put in here has now been replaced by these more specific things.
Okay.
So we used to load everything in here for us, and so it also would appear on the price book, like $1,000 deposit required for this
Additional
tour.
deposit required.
Yeah,
you know.
that would all go in here because it would show in the price book, which we haven't used now since
Okay.
the day of websites.
Yeah.
But this is now yours to use as you see fit. Reminders for yourselves, typos, anything is fine there,
Okay,
right?
cool.
It could actually end up being very handy for you because you have stuff that varies way more than ours, right? So
Because it's all custom.
Yeah.
It's always
Yeah.
groups, so,
Yeah.
and school, or no, this school district requires insurance,
Mhm.
for example, like there's a million things that are
Yeah.
weirdly specific for us.
Mhm.
so that would be actually probably a better feature of this page. So
And then you could also put like payment schedule.
yeah,
You could, yeah, there's like, oh, we've made special arrangements, we've agreed to X.
instead of burying it at a glance,
Yeah.
just for you guys, right? And it's editable. So all you have to do is remember to hit save.
Awesome.
Yeah, always hit save on your.
Yeah, it's
web-based.
web-based. It took me a while to get used to it because it used to be Access, and anytime you change fields in Access, it would auto save. But now it doesn't happen. So you have to
If you don't save,
Yeah.
it's gone.
save clean.
It
Yeah.
doesn't tell you. Would like to say.
It doesn't warn you if you navigate off this page. Do you want to save first? No.
No.
Yeah.
It's just save or you lose it.
And it's hidden off screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's nice.
helpful.
Yeah. Okay, so let's build the inventory.
You think that like Excel, you exit, if you don't save, you're screwed.
Yeah. So here's now another place that you go to.
Or email.
So the blue thingy, you're going to learn more about this when you go or when Evan comes here and tells you or shows you how to book a tour.
Okay.
But here, first, what we're going to do is we're going to create the inventory, electronic inventory that allows you to go to the booking section and select it and make it appear on their invoice with the
Okay.
pricing attached and everything. So this is a bit of electronic voodoo in the background that creates this thing that you're going to be selling. So, what was our tour code again?
GH.
HWC.
HWC. So
What is this again?
So the first thing you do, GHWC,
Yeah.
is you add new group.
Okay.
GHWC, I'll do that first so I don't forget. Always in uppercase.
Okay.
Also, always in uppercase. This is only for you, although this may actually show on your invoice, I'm not sure, but this is mostly for your reference. So this would be, what are you going to call this? You're going to call this Gordon Head,
Oh,
uppercase.
yeah.
Gordon Head. It shouldn't be too long because it's going to go then off. Well, no, this is pretty long here. Gordon Head
Um,
Whistler.
yeah.
And you don't necessarily have to put the date,
Okay.
because if you do and you run this again, that'll be hard coded in there. So
Right.
the date will show here.
Okay.
Yeah, so GHWC, right?
Mhm.
And I haven't made any typos because those are hard to fix if you do make a typo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so now this is the first step. You've entered the name and the code attached to it. Apparently you don't have to save here, but save it
Yes.
anyway. Because I don't trust it.
Yeah.
The next step. Oh, also, it's a weird thing. This may not allow me to click on this, the next step. No, it doesn't. So you have to click here, check master files, and then build EWT master file.
Oh,
So this here, if you're clicking on something and trying to move to the next step, click this. It won't hurt anything if you don't need to do it, but it opens the way for you to add the module in the system. So, do you want to build it? Yes. So here is your module code. This is just a piece of data in the system that is unique to this tour, that is part of the process of creating this inventory. So, and it just tells you that you guys don't do module stuff, do you? Ever modulize stuff? No. So ordinal 1, it's module 1. That will always be the case. Here's your length, whatever. Solo, it's a standalone. Yours are most of these standalone. So save changes again. One more step before, one more step is you have to go to view sub tour departures and you have to run the master file. So everything that you did has to be run so that all this data comes together and forms a piece of inventory. So I don't think you ever have to do anything with these. It's view sub tour departures. Your master itinerary. What was the code again?
GHWC.
There's your code. The start date was 2027, something. April 25th. So I usually choose the day before. It has to just pick up the dates. So let's do April 24th. The end date is not as important. In fact, for you guys, it's never going to be important. The only time it's important is if you have multiple dates for the same tour and they're like a week apart.
Okay.
If you do it too far down, it'll run the masters for all of them and possibly ruin your world. So, but here doesn't matter. So you don't have to have the exact end date. It can just be an end date that's after the first. So you run it. If it shows here, here's your code. Here's your whatever. Here's your start date. Here's your code. Select it. Then you just run this.
Okay, so that's just a search.
Yeah, and so now you've created the inventory for this. And so when you go, let's wipe this clean. So if you had anybody booked on this, you would come, or actually, let's do this. This is something that I think Evan's going to show you. What was it? Whistler?
Yeah.
Whistler. If you want to now go, you have people booked on this tour and you want to see all their information. So you come to here and then you click on that. It'll give you the date. It's the only one date. Then you go like this. If you have people booked, all their names, all their information, everything will appear here.
So we wouldn't really use that.
Because it's just one person.
Yeah, if it's just one person, it's the group organizer, they will show here. Yeah, and it's a way for you to pull them up if you've forgotten who it is and click on them and you go to their booking.
Booking.
So
So that's to look our inventory. So that's to look at all the tours, like say.
yeah,
Can
So, but if there were, let's say, multiple contacts for the group, can we add those? And does this show up? Is this just for us or is this client based?
no, this is only for you.
Okay.
And multiple people, no. This is the name under which you're going to book this
Yeah,
tour.
otherwise
Oh,
we
okay.
split it out.
Yeah.
It'd be
Okay, got it.
confusing invoice
Okay.
lines.
Yeah,
No worries.
your whole thing about multiple contacts, you could put them
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And
So-
we have in the, somewhere in the, description of the client, that we can basically have a drop down
Yes.
menu of,
Here's your client form. Evan is going to show you this part.
Yeah.
So for the purposes of you guys, it's going to be the tour organizer, right? But these are mandatory fields, or some of them are mandatory fields. So basically, this is the person who gets it then attached to that booking. So all this needs to be filled
So,
out.
yeah, the way we're gonna
Yeah.
do it is based on school, and then we're
Yeah,
just gonna.
there's a
attach
school
it.
version of this,
Yeah.
which Evan knows more than I do because he was just shown this morning how to do it. So this might be the point at which I'm handing you off to him.
Okay.
So the tour is built in our system.
Yeah.
For your reference here. The inventory has been created to allow you to sell from this point where you put the client or the tour organizer. And all of this comes together for invoicing and for everything like that.
So
This
it-
can be fine tuned because there's a lot of
Yeah.
stuff that it's not going to be pertaining to you.
Right.
If you want to declutter it,
Yeah, can we get a cleaner version then?
yeah,
That's-
once you work through it and you
Yeah.
decided, we're never going to use this,
Yeah.
right?
get
See,
rid of it.
see the private FIT archive,
Yeah, this would only.
yeah, all this does
Yeah.
for us is it keeps it off our website, right? So that's not applicable. If it's bothersome to you and it's junking up your screen and confusing you, whatever you don't think you're ever going to use, you can get Gabriel Kiefer just to get rid of it, or if you want to clean it up.
Well, I think the plan with IT was basically just to hide all the fields that aren't relevant. To
Yeah.
us, because it's easier for them to have
Yeah.
our version similar to AA's. when it
It's
comes
easy to hide.
updating.
They can just make it.
Yeah, they can just put hide or
Yeah.
whatever.
And you're not going to have my suitcase login, da, da, da,
Well, we
online.
eventually, that's phase 3.
Okay, so that stuff can stay in place because that's not bothering anybody.
Right.
Yeah, I'll leave it to Evan now because he knows this stuff better than I do. But the important thing to point out here also, since we're talking about important internal stuff, is you can put notes here, which only you see, which might be helpful in a broad range of ways.
And yeah, there's so many reasons we can have notes.
Yeah,
Oh, it's for about the client, exactly.
The
About
client-
any specific
yeah.
school requirements,
Yeah.
school
Yeah.
district.
all the minutia that you can think of
Yeah.
that
Or
might
if
have
there- if
some.
we have parents coming that, for example, are paying a different rate, like there's a million different things.
If anything could be relevant to the next time you do this same trip or the next time this
Yeah.
client
Or
books,
if you're sick
you know?
and someone's
How did you
filling
open
in for
this?
you,
What is it?
something that
What
they
was
need to know, any other.
it's here, pre-client notes. I don't know why it's called that. This could be just things that have nothing to do with a current booking. This is just about them in general, anything that
How
could
did you get
be
there? What's
right
the
here.
benefits?
It could change depending on your
It's
format.
in,
Oh, it's in here. Sorry, clients.
Oh,
Yeah, in the blue part. A lot of stuff in here you're not going to be using.
Okay.
You think you might want availability?
tour availability.
I don't think because it's not going to show the number of individuals. It's going to show
Yeah,
the
and it's
tour
not like it
organizer.
can be full.
Yeah.
It's the custom tour.
Yeah.
So.
Agents, no, you're not going to have
No.
that. So this can be cleaned up. So
Yeah.
just, yeah, basically the only thing you're going to be using here, master files and clients.
Well, agents may be relevant for
Well,
B
because
to
that has
B to
commission
C.
and thing, and also that has, I'm trying to figure out if we want to use that for
Okay,
agent,
sure.
because we essentially, we function as a PMC for a couple companies. So it's
Mm.
not, but we give them net prices.
And you do
So-
your own hotel lists and
Oh, no,
everything.
we run the whole tour,
Mhm.
but no, the agent thing,
Because there is a function to have the nice hotel list made up here
you know.
for
we don't-
you,
'cause
but
We use like one hotel,
Yeah,
two
okay,
hotels, so it ends up being more work.
so a lot of the stuff is going to be extraneous for you. But let's take a break. And I'll tell Evan that he's on, because what he's going to do is he's going to load probably the group organizer for this particular tour and sell them on it. Okay, I'll see if he's available.
Okay, thank-
Smoke him if you got it.
thank you.
thanks, Rick.
You bet.
Nicole, if you have a moment as well.
Take a pen?
Yes. After. Sarah, would you mind if I went up? Okay, so, this is a check that's going out. It was what we discussed,
yes.
yesterday. So that is,
I'm like, where's the actual check?
yeah, so, oh, sorry. Here's the actual check. And then the invoice stuff is here.
Is he done?
And then I'm also gonna need you to approve, a wire transfer from EWT's RBC
Oh,
account.
actually, I was gonna to stop the recording, but yeah, Evan already here, so go ahead.
Yeah, let's
But
look at that.
it's still running on a,
Record myself? Yeah, I thought I meant, like, that headset on.
why?
Yeah,
So
so no,
I
you
will
don't have
set-
to.
I
I mean,
think I've already
regularly.
set up.
I guess you,
I'm like,
As long as I don't have to listen to my voice again.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, really?
I don't like listening.
Nobody likes it. We all hear ourselves.
I mean, it's not that way with also two words.
Oh, really?
I also when you had the things I was saying, they changed the name. So that
Oh. Okay.
why I don't.
Never flood through books.
You're presenting what?
Oh,
I think she wanted her name to be.
unique.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll set up that, or I've already set up the fire
That's-
but we can go
that's
over it
bad.
after the training.
Oh, sorry. Not yours, but yeah, no, I have my token. As I said, I found it.
Awesome.
I had to remember what was the first I wore. Last, I was like,
It's
what?
strange to actually see a functioning, this desk functioning.
Lost.
It's always just been like,
But I haven't.
Nobody
so I'm
here?
gonna use it
Yeah.
on-
it's usually just a storage
I wanna do that,
table.
and then, chat with Louise today, and then I'll probably pick up.
Sure, sounds good.
Presenting, okay.
Because we
There you
also have
go.
to through
Okay,
targets,
so
right?
do I just put this headset on to record?
Oh, you don't need to, so you just put it here, so because we only using the mic.
Okay,
And then I'll
okay.
use the notes
um,
for Chris.
we are, I'm gonna just show you guys how to like start the beginning processes of booking, whether it's a school or an individual on particular tours you guys will have. I'm not exactly sure. This would probably be a good starting point for anyone because I always like to check the amount of people that are currently reserved onto trips. So there's two different places where you can have a look on this. This is general. So
We do everyone on one.
Yeah,
Like,
we don't
slots.
add on, we book one.
One person is all of them, so
Yeah.
It's-
one teacher is 6 people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have
Um,
no
They
available.
collect
So
the
we
money for the
won't
whole.
need
the two availability is not a thing. Okay.
It's not-
Okay, well, that's fine then. Ignore me on that. Usually, like if you wanted to have a look on there, at least on my side, it would be on there. But so when you're on here, so you go to clients to create a profile. Whether you're creating a teacher or a school is two different separate components. So what you have to do first and foremost to create a profile, you can't just begin as soon as you go onto this page and start entering, because once you hit save, it'll wipe it clean again because it's not actually creating anything new. So you
Okay.
do have to hit these buttons, either create new client or create new school. So you click create new client. So it kind of opens up the tour. And there's also all the prefixes you have here, Mr. and Mrs. I'm going to just put this here. I'm going to just create a profile for me. I'm going to use my my French name, so it looks like it's a bit different. I'm a French Italian.
I'm French. My grandma's,
Oh, really?
and yeah. It's funny.
Yeah, my family's half from Sicily and half from the south of France.
Oh, yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, my family's Spanish, Italian, and
Oh, cool.
French.
Oh, cool. Similar backgrounds. then.
Yeah, and I grew up in Toulouse.
Oh, you're so lucky. I was born in Sets. if you know.
Oh, I said.
Yeah, that's where I was born.
Awesome.
But I moved to Canada quite young.
Sorry. Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So once this is all done, so you have to create, I'm going to just create like a general, HWI, just our address here. Richmond, and then province you have to add in as well. BC, you can just type it in. You don't have to go through the search bar.
Yeah.
Endlessly tiring if you do that. So just probably best to just keep it on there. I'm gonna just put a random postal code. So 86 H9, I guess. Country has to be entered in. As soon as you enter it in, it automatically fills the currency that is in place. So make sure you're fully aware of what country you're entering in, because the currency can ultimately shift what happens with accounting. And they will come back and ask if this is the correct currency, because if you book under the wrong currency, the client can see, say if it's a Canadian client and you entered in an American profile, they'll see American pricing.
Right.
Not exactly sure how often you guys book American people, but you guys are going to be doing the river
Yeah.
cruises.
More often.
We
Yeah.
also charge them,
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's very important to remember that once you enter this in, this automatically fills. So just make sure that you always cross-reference, making sure that fills in properly.
So can we also override it? Like, let's say, for example, we had a group coming from Mexico, but we don't want to charge them in pesos, want to charge them in USD. Can we override the currency?
So that's actually my next step. Is
Oh, okay.
we have, at least with Adventures Abroad, anyone outside of North America or outside of Canada and United States, it's automatically charged in USD. The only currency we typically accept is Canadian and American dollars. Once upon a time, we used to accept GBP, Great British Pounds, and even Australian dollars, but it just became too much of a hassle.
We paid in euros before though.
Yeah, but it's gonna convert into Canadian.
Yeah,
Yeah, when it hits the bank. So
I know, but we invoice them in
Sure.
euros.
It might be a bit of a different infrastructure for you guys in those regards, but there is usually it's automatically filled, so it's outside of Canada and US. It's usually charged in USD, at least for Adventures Abroad. That's the case.
but
Once
we can edit it though.
Yeah, you can. Once you hit save, it's done. But once you book the person in, if it's under the wrong currency, it is kind of already in there.
Okay.
So you essentially would have to delete that booking and start all over again.
Okay.
And which can cause issues if things have already been moved over into
And
trends.
if there's money attached. then
Yeah,
obviously
if there's money attached, because then you have to reach out to either Nicole or Tanya to move things over from Canadian, or say US to Canadian, or
Yeah.
vice versa, and can cause a little bit of problems in the back end.
I'll have to get Tanya to show me how to do that.
Yeah, it's good to just be really mindful. I'll show
It
you.
would be good for Anthony to know that Tanya to train down the line and back in problem solve.
Yeah, I guess you're in accounting too. I
Yeah.
forgot about that.
Try not to make the mistakes.
Yeah, it just be very diligent about when you hit this. There is another necessary step where you can notice this before you hit submit on the booking, so
Okay.
it helps a little bit.
Sure.
I'm gonna just do like random phone number and random email.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
doesn't happen often, but it's good for you to know if problem solving.
Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna. I spoke to Tanya already, and near the end of the month, she's gonna help me train on the selling stuff.
I'm gonna just put my birthday on there. I don't know.
And
Um,
do they come in random ones?
Are those mandatory,
These are mandatory fields.
even the date of birth?
You can keep it quite simple if it's just something general and you're like adding
Date of
notes.
birth, we're gonna,
Yeah,
for school.
we
we-
don't ask for
Because we're not
them.
gonna add individual clients, we're gonna be adding it as schools, and I believe date of birth is not in the school profile.
Oh, we'll do client of school. We
No,
have
no.
Yeah.
both.
No,
The
no,
date
we're
of
gonna-
birth is not on the.
No, that's what
School
we're gonna add
profile,
school
yeah.
instead of client,
Yeah.
because there's no date of birth under that.
Yeah.
And I'll show you guys the school profiles as well.
But
Really,
this
date of
this
birth
could
is-
apply to the riverboat cruises and also.
Yeah,
Oh my God,
Yeah.
we have almost the same.
Yeah,
birthday.
Riverboat will have birth.
Really?
date of birth.
I'm
Yeah.
May 24th, but 84 and 10 years older.
Oh, and up from the same region too.
Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, no, for Riverboat, we'll have the individual clients, but that's longer plan. But for EWT regular groups, it's going to be school, so we won't have date of birth, which is good, because eventually when we implement, like my suitcase, because that's how they get into my suitcase date of birth, we'll have to figure out a different way.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's next steps.
I don't know. Do you guys use newsletters? Do you have newsletters for EWT?
Yes, but
Okay.
they go through our website, but yeah, I don't know how we do that, who's like subscribed, who hasn't.
Okay,
have
because
no idea.
that might have to be an open discussion with Soraya about when we select his newsletter, because we usually have an email newsletter that send off to AA staff.
So do we, but we
Um,
just do it through our website, so I don't know how we will tie, that's not a key thing, how
Yeah.
those are gonna tie together.
Yeah. So there's these mandatory fields here. You guys won't necessarily need to use this unless you guys mail luggage tags. I don't know if
We
that's
sometimes do.
We
Um,
used to, but
sometimes people request to no longer get them because maybe they have too many.
Yeah,
These
ours
are-
ours is different with that, because, it's usually new people over here, right?
Yeah, fair. This one is probably not going to have to be any issue
Yeah.
deceased or removed, but that is a field just in
Well,
case.
Ours would be, our equivalent would be like basically moved, teachers move.
Yeah.
School, right?
Yeah, removed or
Hopefully
like
with the
no,
deceased
the school
as well.
doesn't exist anymore. Is a group is an important one because you might be able to like select if it's a group size, then you can enter in group quantity. if it's EWT, of course, then you can do that, or is river cruise. These fields are important to have, just so down the line on the consulting side or the operations side, you can know the specifications of the reservation.
Is EWT is
So
your
all of these down here is company. This one's is EWT, and this one is river cruise.
it is group support, just ours are, for invoicing wise.
Yeah.
And what is that?
So are
Is
we always
company?
gonna pick,
If it's like a
Is it
company
EWT?
organization
Still, okay.
that's booking with you guys, and but this is the name of the individual, but they are an owner of a corporation essentially.
Okay.
Those fields are important just because for the operational standpoint, they need to know the exact ins and outs of what this is.
Okay.
Once that is, you can hit the save client record, and everything should be solidified. I forgot to mention that there is 2 different fields to enter in your email.
Okay.
You just copy and paste it into this field, because once you have submitted the online booking, the clients will be receiving an automatic notification being able to sign into their online login platform, which is called My Suitcase. I don't know if you guys will have a different name for it, but
We're the same when we get to that. How we're gonna do that, it will definitely happen for the riverboats. How that's going when I get to that, but how we're gonna use My Suitcase for EWT will happen. I just haven't worked out logistics.
that's fair. Okay.
Also, how they're gonna sign in because they don't have dates of birth and all that.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the dates those are fields I might have to speak with Kiefer about just to.
We're gonna have
say-
to add something different because we're not allowed to ask teachers certain things.
Yeah.
We don't have flights. We don't know the date of birth.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Well, that is the beginning portion. So once all that has been entered into saved, you can actually enter here group or company name under this field here. Because if you ended up putting it is a group or is EWT or is company, this field will come up and you can enter in that. Once that is complete, you can hit save, and so it should be a solidified profile. Now it will exist for now and forever, unless someone has. There's very few people that will have the
Override access, yeah.
override access because duplicates do happen.
Yeah.
So it's always good to be very attentive with that as well, because sometimes always search up last name / first name,
Okay.
or the school
name.
before going in and creating a brand new profile,
Sure.
because we want what essentially I'm sure Nicole will want, and everywhere else they want it to all be in one spot. So if you're creating
so I
them,
can pull up a full client history, how much.
yeah, any archived tours, anything like that, any specific notes that you need to go into the client's profile. So there's like pre-client notes. You can note anything you want. The client will not see it, but be nice.
Occasionally, there's some less friendly ones.
Yeah, exactly. You can note that. You can be like, this person's awful.
Or if I call
Rude.
anyone.
Yeah,
Or if someone's demanding, but like, be specific.
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Demanding doesn't mean bad.
Yeah.
You could do that. She's demanding, she expects X, Y, and Z. But if you know she expects X, Y, and Z,
Mhm.
you're off to a better start.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's also the other components. Like this is just pre-client notes. So when someone's booking in, if it's not the main person to book someone in, at least anyone else who is making a reservation can look at these notes and be like, okay, that's something to know.
Yeah.
Maybe they have a credit or something like that. If it's something more vital and important, you go on to the just below there. It says alert, and right beside it is that. You just click read, and you can enter in a very specific alert. Say, we owe this person
Well, it's only
money.
credits, like they
Yeah.
have a $3,000 credit to be applied on final payment.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
our most common.
Well, we
Yeah.
can also, like when we do the schools, we can also put, this is their payment method, this is how long it takes them to make.
Oh, for sure, but I mean,
Yeah.
this is an alert, like it will.
Oh.
yeah.
come up.
Well, with
So,
this one in
like, our
particular,
alerts-
it's like it's not really a credit per se. It's like if
Yeah.
a discount can be applicable, but there's no inventory of funds on file. So it's that, or say this person is banned or anything like that. It's important to,
That's always fun.
God forbid if that ever happens, but it does happen.
It does happen.
It's-
It happen.
Yeah. So this one here is like if it's something that people must know before anything else. If it's
Sure.
like they have like a redeemable discount from an experience or something that happened from their past tour, that is not a creditable auction because there's no inventory, then you can note that in there and apply it onto the future reservation. And once that has been used, of course, keep the note there, but under it with asterisks, make sure that this has been
Our
used
credits
for
aren't
XYZ.
They're not like AA. We don't have them on file. Like it's just something we have.
But yeah,
Okay.
but it'd be a good place to put the reminder.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
we should put the reminder. No, I'm just saying too, Evan, like we don't have like, it's not something you have on file.
Mm.
It's different. Like, so if
Okay.
something goes wrong, it's not like we have to put their money on file. Like it's something we give.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Okay.
we can make something like that. You know, they have a $2,000 discount because X, Y, Z.
Yeah, yeah.
But
That's
it's not,
usually.
it's not inventory like AA does. It does it slightly different.
Yeah, it's a slightly different component, but it's similar to the same thing. Like we have discounts or credits, and so either or kind of exists. And forgive me if I make reference to anything in sales on the AA side. I've been doing it for 4 years, and that's all I know is
Sure.
AA stuff.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
No, no, that's
It's what I
totally
do.
fine. We want to learn everything and
Yeah.
then we'll figure out which components we need and don't.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So going forward, I'm going to do a couple different things. So first and foremost, I wanted to create a client profile so you guys know what that is, how that works.
Okay.
Second, I want to create a school.
Which would be what we do most.
Yeah.
In our current state of affairs.
So it's same thing. When you click this, you have to click this to create the school.
Okay.
It'll bring you to a new field, and it has school name. It doesn't have date of birth in there. It has a little bit more of a different components to this.
So we'll
So
have
why don't we
to,
just put Gordon Head Middle School for the example?
Yeah,
Because-
Gordon Head.
we'll have, so the school, and then we attach to itinerary to them, like,
Well, we're basically just gonna attach in the booking section, we're gonna attach the tour that Rick created. We're just gonna attach those to the
And then
client.
we can add the EFs of the itinerary
Yes.
to that tour.
it's like the school will have an email address attached to it, but then it can be attached.
I think we
That's
can.
my next
we-
step I was
Yeah,
gonna
we
show
can
you.
do a drop down with multiple.
Yeah,
Like,
I'll show you how
Yes.
that component works.
Love Street.
So I'm just gonna I'm just adding random.
Sure.
So it's just Vancouver. There's no Love Street in Vancouver, but all right, I agree. You can see. 1H9. I'm just gonna do the same one. I don't know. Can you even just type in can and hit enter, and it should open up that field? But still, please double check that. It's very important. I always try and click this, even if it doesn't show up after you hit save. It kind of recognizes that this is a client, as opposed to someone who just called in.
Sure.
And so it's like someone who's legitimate, who's about to make a reservation, and makes it more legitimate,
Okay.
essentially. I'm just at .com. It's in Canadian. And this computer works different than mine, so my muscle memory is not there. Oh, come on.
Not sure. The dots or
Should I get Raymond or Gabriel?
No, it's okay. This happens all the time with TG. I'm very used to it. Let's see here. I'm gonna just go back to this. I have to start all over again, so
Do you mind just going to that recording tab just to make sure it's picking this up? The one with the red dot.
seems like it is. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Thanks. Yeah, of course. '93 Love Street, Vancouver. And not used to people watching me type.
I
Yeah.
know it's
Oh,
when you make
I
all
get
your
the
mistakes,
same.
right? When you have to
I
do it.
like, yeah. Oh, sorry, it's like my fingers just stopped working.
Don't react to anyone.
Yeah. It's like, it feels like major pressure like, to do this writing quickly and then you make all the mistakes.
Yeah, I'm not a very good tailor.
Oh,
Me
well, you
neither.
make it work,
Well, a
so,
little bit.
yeah.
It should be correct. You might have been right. It might have been a space between the dots on there, but let's see. I'm gonna just hit copy. and paste onto that field. Save client record. Okay, now that has been saved, once you're on here, you can, there's just under alerts, it becomes contact list.
Right.
And so say this school is booking 4 or 5 different tours, and there's an individual personal contact, one teacher that you can contact on here. I'll show you where to specifically select that. But I'll just start here with like a basic profile. I use, I don't know, my grandfather's name. Edouard. Percy.
When you train, you end up having your name booked so many times.
Yeah,
Mine is like a training / flights.
I have added my entire family onto
Oh, yes.
it.
I filled off my mouth 4 times.
Really?
Yeah.
So that's what so I just add like the person's first last name and email, and then you can save that. Once you have submitted that, obviously you can close out of this. The contact list still exists, but if you want to add more, you can. You can add as many as you want.
Yeah.
And obviously, if you accidentally click the field, you can just exit out that side here. But so once that has been completed, always hit save. But I would say is newsletter. These ones are fine.
Is there any chance we can edit if there's somebody make a typo?
Of course, yeah. This is completely editable.
Oh,
You
yeah,
can-
yeah.
yeah,
Like when things change, you can change like the phone number or whatever.
yeah.
Email.
Phone number,
Email.
email, even the address if the school changes addresses or anything like that. Certain fields like
And for
currency.
client, you can even change dates of birth if it's undefined.
Yeah, exactly. You can change date of birth because it could very well be like that
We type
person
wrong.
book.
That's the client, not the product. Client can be edited.
Yeah, the
Product
client.
is more difficult.
Yeah, the client themselves can't, but we can edit it. If they contact you and say there's something incorrect, misspelling or the address was wrong, then you can just be like, oh, no problem. What's the actual address? And you can just edit it here.
Yeah, the profiles are easy.
Yeah, really easy. You can edit it. The saving record just means it doesn't get wiped clean. And
It's
you have to
just
start all
currency.
over.
Yeah. That's the only one that changes it.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna start with this one because it will add to the questions on how to specifically target.
Okay.
I'm gonna add, I don't know.
Yeah, just put accounting contact because we usually have to loop them in when we send invoices and stuff.
Okay. Contact.
Yeah, and then you can just put accounting at school with them.
Might as well not add the rest of my family on here.
Yeah.
Still need them.
I just spell the French names now.
I have a very long name. Dave. I'm just gonna do 2, just so you know. I'm gonna book this school on 2 separate tours, so you know the differences and who and how to select which and what. So I'm gonna start with this school. So sorry, I forgot. So once you hit save, everything these fields are mandatory to be filled in. This one's the most mandatory. This needs to be saved before you can continue onwards to the online booking form. So you need to hit save once that is all in the clear. Then once you hit this, it will bring you to this page. This is the online booking form. You can select specific team members. So E. Franco, J. Sanderson, S. Fan. It really depends on what's going on. If there's like an agent involved, you can always do EWT test agency. These ones, like if there is an agent, it is an important field for you to enter into. Just because then down the line, we know the actual legitimate contact. If it is an agent, the agent has to be the one to be contacted, as opposed to the school or the individual. So first and foremost, this is basic, pretty basic in the beginning. So when you first come in, make sure you double check this. If the currency is still correct, then you should be fine. But if you notice it's not, please go back and edit the profile again. Make sure that the profile is under the correct currency. You will have to close this page and start and restart it because it has to refresh in that way, essentially. Once you have gotten yourself checked with the currency on there, you go down to this page here where I was starting to describe who is booking it. This is where you actually find the tour code. So you hit, it's counterintuitive. It feels like you have to click this, but actually click choose. And this field will come up.
So we did GHWC.
GH. Or maybe I'll try to do EWCB. Maybe there's another one here. He gave me a list of ones to work on.
Oh,
Excuse me. I'm not exactly sure how your guys's structure is with guaranteed or not guaranteed approach.
Guaranteed.
Always
As
guaranteed?
soon as we have money set, if one person's booking, it's essentially 60, whatever the number is.
Okay, so make sure that this is selected guaranteed. Obviously, if it is always guaranteed, then great, but that because this field maybe should just be automated.
That's what I'm gonna ask. It's gonna be on my wish list to make it auto guaranteed.
Yeah,
It
and
is.
so just make it auto guarantee if you
Because
can.
even with riverboats, it's all custom as well. It's gonna be FRTs, so it's gonna be all guaranteed.
Okay. This field here is not necessarily always important. You guys don't use CallRail, so it's not a necessary field for GCL ID. It's a good coding form for tracing back, helping with algorithms with marketing
But
and
we
stuff.
probably will be doing that for Google Leads and stuff.
Okay.
Because Andrew wants that for marketing purposes.
Okay, so that field will need to be filled out then eventually. You'll have to go through if you guys have traceable CallRail. There is a specific place where Andrew can point out.
We don't use CallRail, but we do post like Google ads, and then we get leads from that.
Okay,
and
so
so that's where we.
Yeah, and then you can add it there then. So once that is done, I'm pretty sure these need to be edited a little bit as well. Because there's custom quote request, first time call, previous time client call, calls from ads, online bookings, walk-ins. That's a little bit more adventures abroad. So the infrastructure there is a little bit different. However, this is where you specify how the person contacted you and how the reservation was made. So once that is selected, you can go there. I made sure that the source code confirming with you is not a non-mandatory field now. I got Kiefer to change that for you, just because for us, it's a very much of a mandatory
we
thing.
don't have enough to make it mandatory.
Yeah.
Like adding the information is good, but we can't have it mandatory.
For this, it's like source codes. We have CallRail, if you guys are unfamiliar with it, where if there's a specified source, it can also happen on the online booking form where the person originally sourced the tour page, essentially. So it'd be like Google Ads or Google Organic. Someone just went search through Google.
I would like us to fill it out, like if it's a referral, if it's a school district, if it's Google ad, if it's a Google ad, add the code, but we don't necessarily know sometimes.
Yeah,
sounds good.
So it's not a mandatory field, but obviously with you guys, with your guidance and
Information
everything.
if you have it.
Yeah.
It's kind of
I don't know if you guys will also be doing like quotes or anything. I'm not entirely sure about this field either. Yeah.
So we include them. If we have flights, they're included.
Okay, so then maybe that should be not on there either. Land arrangements, if there's any specifications, is good to add little notes on there, or if there's
It'll be
any.
part of our tour, so that's what that needs there.
No, okay. Air arrangements the same. Same. Okay, and
This is either part of the tour or not.
okay, so those need to be removed as well. So maybe note that. The alert notes.
For deviations, we don't use that.
That would be something separate, because like when we add that, essentially, like that would just be on tour notes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have air notes that we really.
Yeah, and I would keep it simple for that.
I would say like maybe perhaps with the river cruises, if someone wanted to play quote, I'm not sure.
The river cruises for sure.
And so I guess these fields are good, but maybe not for the school, not a field that you need to worry about with the schools.
Is EWT, it should show up. If it is riverboat, it should show up.
Yeah, okay. And so it would be a bit different, but then you can add specified notes. So say it's a river cruise and someone wanted business class seats. You can add the airport code that the city they're departing from and the city, the name of the city. And then if there's business class, you just write business class or seating, or they specified they want aisle seating or something like that. You can write those specifications in there. Same thing with additional nights. This goes for the river cruise thing. If someone wants but they haven't really specified how many, you can just add like may want additional nights on there. Then it's at least noted. And then once you guys go forth with the other steps, then you can double check with this person, reconfirm how many additional nights they want, and you can go forth with that. These fields also shouldn't be specifically mandatory as well, because this is based on an individual client as opposed to a school. But with reference to booking the other perks, like that individual for river cruise, this is a good component. Someone wanting to select single supplement, you have this clicked field where you can select this, where the additional fee might occur, depending on if someone wants a room on their own or if they're sharing.
We don't really do that, or it's slightly different.
Slightly different. Okay.
Well, we do sometimes do single supplements, but it's handled more. Well, right now we just do it on an invoice. And
Okay.
it's calculated in the costing.
Yeah, this one adds into the invoice. It's just and you can edit it as well. You can change and interchange the invoice amounts depending on what the client and you agree with the clients. This one here is a really good one because it needs to be a booking group for each client. Those fields are mandatory to be filled in. Say it was like a couple going on a river cruise, you can also select, instead of this one, you select this, and then copy arrival departures and merge documents. So once you merge the documents, it all goes onto one individual's profile. If you don't select those,
And for a group, we want everything to be on one file.
exactly. So you need this to be all the documents to be merged onto one file. So once anyone logs in, it's all seen as a group thing, as opposed to an individual seeing it, because
Yeah, 60 people.
yeah, and like if by chance you didn't select that, it would only look like there was one person booked on it. So it kind of makes it misleading,
Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah, everything we do from riverboats, because I don't think we're not going to do singles, so everything has to be that from riverboats to EWT groups.
Yeah. If they were, like, say they were booked on, I'm not exactly, oh, that's my dad. If you wanted to add this one here, like if you were like, say, an individual traveling on a tour and their friends decided they want to go on a river cruise with them, you can actually add them to the existing booking group. So the person who's already existing onto the booking group, you can actually just select that person and add them to it. But for this one, it's not a mandatory thing. We can just take it.
So where does that pull that information from?
The existing master file of the
Oh,
tour
okay.
itself. So if this
So the
person,
one created in Lisa then?
yeah, no, it's on
Oh.
the main master file,
Oh, right,
client's
right,
master
okay.
file.
Yeah.
It's Lisa's basically the general knowledge about the tour
Right,
itself.
right.
And master file is a list of people, where they're from, the specifications they're looking for, single supplement, non-single supplement, willing to share, the list goes on. I used it as just I booked my father onto this one just as a point of reference, so you guys can see you can pair someone up if they already are on the tour itself. So say that one person books on a river cruise and then later on their friend decides to join in and they wanted to share a room down the line, then you can pair them up at the time of reservation. But for this one, I'm going to just select this and not this. These fields here, so this one, extra accommodations, this would probably be only specified for, again, river cruises, but you can always specify if by chance there's a hotel that you're staying at the before the river cruise starts, or I'm not exactly sure how it's going to work.
Either one.
Yeah.
I'm the one right.
Yeah, additional nights, essentially. You can add the city, and then there will be a list, drop down of the listed hotels. Here is room type. So twin bed would be 2 people, or single bed, depending on if there's 2 beds or 1 bed. So, and then once you have selected the hotel and city and what type of bed they're wanting, the price quoted for the additional night will be there. Per night. And so you need to know if, say, they needed 3 extra nights, you need to backdate it 3 days on here. So for when they're going in the hotel, you backdate. And then once they're going out the hotel, it doesn't actually necessarily mean they're going out. It's the additional outside of the additional days that they have booked. So basically, from 3 days before the tour starts till the start of the tour itself. And then vice versa, that too. So if someone wanted a couple extra days at the end of their river cruise at the hotel at the end of the tour, you can do like finishing date and then extend to 3 days ahead. So that or vice versa. I'm not exactly sure how this would be about how the notes would be on the invoice, but this is a very, very important thing because this makes sure that if there's anything very mandatory or very important that the client needs to know, even our policies. These notes are there should be notes there, but this is just like a one-off tour, but there'll be a list of different things you can select that are mandatory fields to fill out that will be notable on the client's invoice profile. The sales reminders are specified notes for that specific tour. So like ones that
It's
are
like what Rick was talking about. We can pick like preset ones and special ones per term.
yeah, if there's like an exemption of normal policies as opposed to so it's good what I always usually do, because I handle 154 countries across the globe with 215 tours. It's a lot to remember all important notes. And so first and foremost, I always try to go to the sales reminder, see if there's any conflicting information that doesn't reflect the same as the standard.
Right.
And so if there is standard notes that are not reflecting, say arrival transfers are not included if you purchase flights with us. For an instance, with us in at AA Japan, it's not part of it's not part of it because it's just too expensive. Same thing goes for Switzerland. It's too high of a price point for us to book these additional things. So it's good to cross-reference the sales reminder before starting off with the open notes, just in case if there's any conflicting information on there. Once that's there, all the notes have been filled out and you made sure you cross-reference, make sure there's nothing double-clicked or anything like that. You go down to the amount of payment, how much was paid in the initial time of deposit, and then the type of credit card used.
Okay,
And
but
so-
we can also do cash, right?
Yeah, there's cash as well. Cash, credit cards, check.
Okay.
Check is gonna be our most common.
Yeah.
So cash is used for like wire, EFT. and then
Yeah, like
ACH.
ACH, thank you.
Yeah.
I drew a blank there.
Yeah.
But there's also like checks and MasterCard, Amex, Visa. If
Okay.
they're Americans and they try to use Discover Card, I'm just gonna let you guys know now.
Yeah.
We don't do it.
Yeah.
And then the date specified that needs to be submitted. I'm sure you'll be the one trying to have them on this because you're the
Yeah.
accountant. The date that needs to be submitted needs to reflect the date that
Payment receipt.
the payment was actually on. And there is a cutoff time. I'm not exactly sure. It's surpassing, I believe, 6 p.m. where you have to post date it to the next day. And so if by chance it's an online reservation or a reservation that happened overnight, and it surpassed a specific time, if you're not clear with the exact date, maybe cross-reference to see.
Which
Um,
doesn't
we
affect
always-
us.
yeah.
It will, riverboats TBD. We're not sure how that's gonna work.
Hmm.
But for EWT, it doesn't affect because ours was always cash. Anthony let us know we received it, we enter it.
Okay. Yeah. And that's just to like make sure that it is nice and clear. And you can edit that up until 24 hours before, although some people have overriding capabilities of doing that. You can
Sure.
do it, but after 24 hours, it gets locked in because, things will have to move into trams eventually, and it has to reflect. So once after, if you did make a mistake on the amount or date reserved, you might have to escalate it to someone who has the overriding power to change that. And it would have to be notified with Anthony because he needs to know that this has been edited. He will likely be the one to notice it, but it is good for you to be aware if there is any specification differences that you have to alter down the line.
And again, does it show the amount that?
Yeah, so you can type the amount here. So I'm going to just put $100 or was
But
put.
then it'll be per person or?
No,
for
that's
whole
the
group?
total.
That's the
Total,
total
right?
deposit.
Yeah, total money received.
Yeah, total money received is there.
Okay.
It's a one-time deposit rate. So say it's a school. You're just doing the deposit for the school essentially.
So it might
Uh,
be 10,000.
Yeah.
Maybe.
yeah, exactly. And then you just put down the currency, the right amount of currency, the cash, check, Visa, MasterCard, Amex. If it's
How we've received money, make
We-
sure it's accurate.
Yeah, there is other historical things that can happen where they had it an existing or like an archive tour where you can move the funds from their credit to a new tour.
Yeah, we
And-
don't do that. We only ever apply our credits to the final payment.
Ah,
So
okay.
we never, so that makes it way simpler.
And then you have to delete that then. Debit card, that's fine.
Yeah,
Aeroplan, no, thank you.
yeah, we may get Kiefer to update that.
Yeah, it'd probably be best
Stuff more.
for you guys, just so you
Yeah.
can make sure
Yeah,
everything's
it's
in
just
there.
with cash.
Well,
credit,
I would
wire.
like it to be like direct
check.
deposit,
Yeah.
wire, e-transfer, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
So it's
whatever
more-
it may be.
Yeah,
Once that has all been done, you just make sure you go back and forth. I always like to double check everything.
Yeah, for sure.
Double check my work to make sure everything's clear. Method of booking, let's just say it's a first time caller. I'm sure that the methods on here will be different fields.
Yeah,
than-
maybe different, yeah.
And then source
AA
codes
has
are
like
not mandatory.
Hundreds of those, like there's massive list, isn't there?
Um,
Or if we cleared it.
we've cleared it.
Oh, good.
It's massive though. I'm gonna have a very long meeting about the ones that are not necessary anymore. And then also you can have this field here if there is an applicable discount that was noted on the profile, like I previously mentioned. You can also add it here where you click the box to make sure that it is notified, the specified amount, and the reason why the discount was applied. The reason is important because down the line we need to know why we're giving someone a random discount.
sure.
What about refunds?
Refunds are, I don't know what you guys do with refunds because we don't do refunds.
Sometimes you need to.
Yeah, we
Or you have
sometimes do
refunds
refunds.
frequently. We'll have to talk to Sandy about that.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
that's
Yeah,
important.
would it?
But
So
those
yeah,
all
we'd have
happen
to enter it
post-
as a negative payment.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'll show you guys what happens after that.
And that
Like
will have
once
to
I've
be-
finished it.
That's all post.
Hitting submit.
Yeah.
So the refunds, I'll show you what would necessarily happen. Like if the traveler cancels, their deposits are non-refundable.
That's our
Um,
general policy as well. Refunds are like kind of on a case by case basis.
Yeah,
And it's like, for example, if something negative happened on the tour, like their experience, like we had an issue with a bus. There's no air conditioning, the teacher complained. So we ended up getting a refund from the supplier and then we passed on the refund.
okay. Well, your policies are slightly different, but
Yeah.
no matter, I can actually
It's
show you
just
exactly
our
how to
It's
do.
similar, but in our case.
Yeah.
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 So yeah, there's so once that's all been complete, I'll show you guys exactly where you can apply a refund if it is applicable.
Okay.
So once this has all been cross-referenced, everything's clear, the dates you selected are correct, the currency's correct. The method of booking, whatever that's going to be for you guys is correct.
And
All
you're
that
You're saying the payments are locked, right?
after
But so-
24 hours.
Yeah, but somebody like, let's say Luis has overriding power. He could go back and
Yeah.
change the amount if it goes wrong.
Yeah, if say the date was wrong because there's like a cutoff time, you might have to ask Tanya the
Okay.
exact time frame.
Sure.
I think you're right. I think it is 6.
Yeah.
But that won't affect us anyway, because we don't enter payments until especially Anthony tells us to.
Yeah. So that's essentially it. But
But changing the amount may be necessary if somebody makes it.
exactly,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
If the typo's there, but
We can-
you should probably cross-reference as much as possible, as much as humanly possible
Yeah.
when you enter in that amount, because that the client themselves will also see that
Right.
amount. And so it's better to the way of payment is
Yeah.
fine and the
Well,
date of
yeah, they
payment
won't
is
see
fine.
it, 'cause we're not using my suitcase yet, unless we send an invoice, and
Yeah.
an invoice.
Yeah,
If you add it and then send an updated invoice all without reading,
Well,
Yeah.
it'll be also, well, right now it'll be internal for EWT purposes. I guess, because we're not gonna be issuing the invoice from there.
Huh?
Or are we, okay, anyway. separate
Um,
discussion.
So there's two-step things. This is just confirming the tour itself. Once you've already hit the submit button,
Mhm.
it just makes sure you are double checking your work. making sure that the email is correct, the currency is correct, the tour date, tour code, and the person's name is all correct. If something pops up and it's not, just go back and re-edit those components before you hit submit.
Sure. Okay.
That's just, that way is just to make sure that everything is clear and done properly. Then once that is done, you can submit the booking. It takes a few seconds. If you want to review the reservation, which we're going to do, you can just click this button here. And it'll take a few seconds or not at all. That's great. If that does happen, you can also refresh client profile or not at all.
Getting glitch.
Yeah, it's just a blank screen right now. Let's go in master file. Give me 1 second.
Got an email from,
That one,
yeah.
say it.
No.
The system. Oh,
It didn't.
Yeah, booking ID, you just got to do.
It didn't submit for some reason.
does it come to info or?
Now for some.
Usually what would happen is this wouldn't go blank. The booking would actually successfully go through.
My email.
And then you'd be able to see it in the client profile.
Yeah, and so maybe what I'll do instead of this, and because whatever happened with this one is not working, that'll have to be brought up with IT because that can't happen. I'll use, I don't know, I'll click this. I made a new school for the same tour code back when we first started, before you guys came here.
Okay.
I just used my old high school.
Yeah.
And so what you can do is, with reference to the contacts of each individual teacher that you want to reach out to, you can go down to this list here, use change main contact, and you can specifically select which person you want to be the main point of contact.
Okay.
That way you can reach out to that one specifically, and then hit save, of course, and you can close that out, and then you'll be able to know once you go back to change main contact, you know exactly who to reference and contact from there.
So, but this is just on a tour basis. Right?
Yeah, so this is like a tour for the school.
Yeah. Okay.
And the main contact will have the email just below here.
Sure.
There is a client list in total. So you have to write the amount of people. Say there's like I don't know, 1,000 students.
That'd be nice.
Oh,
wow.
We just need the one tour.
But then there is a freebie. There's someone who gets
Only one out of
Oh,
1,000.
yeah.
1 out of 1,000. So you just enter the amount of students and the amount of people who are getting freebies.
Which happens with the tour for us.
Yeah.
Which is cool. Well, you guys are lucky that way.
Well, it's
Well, the
free,
clients
but-
are lucky that way.
Yeah.
Well, it's
the-
also not
'cause
free
the
to build in the price.
Yeah,
but-
well, the students are subsidizing that. Yeah, for us.
Yeah, and their parents are probably paying for it too.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's where you can add like edit group lists. You can add the group list of names as well. So you can add the specified people. There are alternative emails if there is any need to specify or contact the individual.
Okay.
I'm not exactly sure how you guys do that, but
We
outside
try not to talk to the parents.
that's fair. It's
Yeah.
probably a
We
nightmare.
may talk to different teachers.
It's easier to just go through one person.
Yeah.
With the teacher.
But this exists if you want to have it.
Yeah, we might add, like, say, we mostly talk to the band teacher, but the choir teacher's coming. We
Yeah.
might add the choir teachers.
Yeah.
Exactly, for like numbers and stuff for
Exactly.
ensembles or like
Or,
specifics.
yeah, sometimes they're
So-
organized for something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or sometimes the teacher just changes.
Precisely.
So yeah, that's kind of how you would do it. And say for this one here, so edit main contact.
Yeah.
The reason why this is specified is also because say the same school is booking 2 completely different regions. One of them you're going to Quebec, or the other one you're going to Ontario or something.
Yeah.
At least then you know this teacher is to be contacted for this school, a school going to Quebec,
Yeah.
and the other one is going to Ontario.
Sure.
And so that then you gotta have like you don't get confused who to contact because I'm sure it gets confusing with the teachers as well. That is the most of kind of what I do on this side here. You can always make reference on this side where the extra nights have been specified, or if you forgot to add specific things. So once you're on the client's invoice, you can specifically select who's going to be the bill to, the main person paying for everything.
Yeah.
Let's look at that. Still recording, right? Yep. This is like the bill to.
Mhm.
So this is like I just selected the main person who is the original person who booked. This is an automatic thing when you select it, when you book someone in, but it does need to be changed, it can be. So say this person has called in and be like, I'm feeling generous today. I'm going to pay for this entire 1,000 student school to go to Quebec. You can be like, okay, you're the bill too now, and then that person will be billed
Okay.
for that one. And
So, but does that show up on the invoice as the bill to person?
yes,
Okay,
Yeah.
because we probably need to have that as a school.
yeah,
Yeah.
but it does depend. So like if but this is just down the line, if
Yeah,
by
if it's a
chance
river
it's
boat or something.
yeah, and I'm making reference to like if it's a river boat cruise and
Or if we're doing like a group and there's like a Pied Piper in there.
yeah, exactly. And so you can make sure that that's a bill too. I know that with TG, at least with individual bookings, say if you're booking a client on something, you can't really do any more than 4 people maximum, unless it's like selected as is a group.
Yeah.
And so
If traveling together can only be 4, but is a group can be.
yeah, exactly. And so if you didn't select that, there are 4 specifications, say a river cruise, and it's just you're booking one person for the river cruise. It's just good to know. And then all of a sudden, randomly, their friend wants to come in and be like, I'm paying for my friend. You can book that friend in and then find them and make them the main person to be billed to.
Okay.
Essentially, that's where the bill to name comes from. I'm using the school profile as reference to both because it makes the most sense. This invoice is a lot different or slightly different than what I would be using, but there's so many things you can add into this. A lot of these would be automatically filled. Say there's Canadian tour taxes or visa fees that need to be applied. These would be automatically filled through what's on Lisa.
Right.
Essentially,
They
what
tax the visas in the tour, but we don't do that stuff.
yeah. And once that is complete, I will leave most of this to Dimitro, who is going to be the one explaining a little bit more. But you can, as the initial person, if you misplace or forget or want to add something in particular that is not able to be submitted on the online booking form, say miscellaneous charges. We cannot do that on the online booking form. But if it's in a miscellaneous charge for for an explainable reason, as long as you make the payment notes on there for the miscellaneous. So if the client comes back and asks why there's a miscellaneous charge on this, then you have the reasons behind it. And that's why on the client's profile, having internal notes, like I was meaning earlier, is very important because you can always be like, this is the reasons why we're adding this fee for this person. Here is the email that we sent to this person. So you have cross-reference and paperwork trail. Just to make sure you can back yourself up on anything like that, because it does create a mess if you don't. Back onto the invoice, it will also specify, like, I don't actually know what PID means. Payment ID, maybe, I'm assuming.
Yeah, probably.
It's a little different for me, but you can also say here, up until 24, I think it's 24 hours. You can edit date, even amount, and type of payment. It could be cash, check, anything. If you have to delete one, you just have to click the blue garbage bin symbol. But I don't suggest doing that all too often because it can create problems.
Right.
If by chance you're wanting, with reference to the refunds, if there's something specified you want to enter in for refunds, you just enter in minus, say, 200 or 200, and then you add the type of currency, the way that they got the refund issued.
Yeah.
And so that will, of course, reflect onto their invoice. So you can use, say, they paid $1,000 cash or check, and then they got a refund via ACH of $200.
Sure.
You just have to save the invoice. It will go away, but it's actually going to just be submitting it essentially. Once that has been submitted, you can go on to print invoice, so you can see what the client sees.
Okay.
And this is the reflected and understanding of the full breakdown of the invoice.
Sure.
How things were refunded, the pluses and minuses of everything, and the full breakdown and the total amount
Okay.
on there as well. You can always, this should be once you guys have my on my suitcase profile for travelers and even maybe schools, then this won't be necessarily a big problem because they'll be able to see it on that profile. But this is a good starting point where you can make reference to the full breakdown on the invoice. You can see it's exactly here too, but this is based on individual total
Yeah.
and then individual balance owed,
Right.
as opposed to this, which has the reflected total amount for everything as a whole. And that goes for if someone's doing a river cruise, and I'm not exactly sure what the school will look like, but it will probably be like it probably looks like it's one person making full payments for everything. It's what am I understanding?
Schools
Yeah.
making full payment.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it'll be reflected kind of like an individual, as opposed to, say, there's a couple who wants to book a river cruise, but they want to have they both want to use their credit cards because they both like getting points
Sure,
or
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
At least this would reflect on who paid what,
Sure.
what was paid and where and
When.
when and how and why.
That's what our clients you see from the invoice.
Yeah,
right?
it's
One
gonna
big check.
require a lot of tweaking
We have to get the
from
one
IT.
Yeah, it needs a little bit more loving, but
Okay.
yeah, you can do that. And if by chance you made an error, you can edit this or you can delete it altogether. So you just click that blue field there and you just hit save invoice.
Yeah, we have to figure out the invoice thing, but because
Yeah,
then
the
we
whole
like to
process.
use the invoice.
Yes.
It's easy.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
for sure. It's
We
just
have
the
paperwork.
formatting and putting installment payments.
Yeah.
And all that kind of stuff. So, but
Well,
we
that should
could,
be, that, the installment part should be fairly easy to do.
Yeah, but that's all in all kind of
Yeah.
essentially what I do in sales. You can also add more alerts if you want. And this is the booking alert that you booked on the online booking form. Essentially, you can add more notes if you feel like it feels suitable for it.
Mhm.
And then this also tells you exactly the actual person who booked the tour and what team member is supposed to be a part of or in charge of it.
Which is
Okay.
important.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just so you like who is paying for what.
Right.
The rest will be a little bit more on the consulting matter.
Yeah.
Everything else that I do in sales is strictly more AA based, but this is kind of the infrastructure on how to use TG in creating a profile for whether it's a school or an individual. Just remember currency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Evan, would you be able to show us how we can email multiple people from that drop down?
That is an excellent question, my friend. Because how I do it would be different than maybe by chance you do it.
I usually do it like send X, it opens up the website page and then it has like the from and all the people.
Yeah. Well, let me see here because
I think it was in the client page or something.
No, it's in the booking page.
Oh, the booking. Okay.
let me see here. Save changes because I don't really have the exact
Because
same.
there's supposed to be like
instructions.
an email option on one of the screens. I just don't know which one it is.
I know
Oh,
that-
booking printer.
booking. This is what
Yeah,
we're on right now.
That's what they usually do. And then it's the send pre-app or send documents.
Oh yeah, these are
And
the
then when that
documents, but
pops
that's
up.
more of what Dimitro's gonna show you guys.
Okay.
If it's the sales component here though, if you ever do need to send, say, I don't know, the tour's canceled, but only one module is. I don't know how it will work with you guys, but it probably won't be module. I'm not sure. How to send a grandiose email to a tour that has to be canceled for.
Yeah,
For
we
reason?
don't do that because that's sending to multiple people. We're sending one email, like,
Even if it's a river cruise, like if,
what's gonna be, like, what's gonna be counts, right?
yeah, I guess you're right.
So it's supposed to be that.
Yeah, if by chance
It's
there's a
not like
river
we're
cruise,
emailing a master file that goes to like, the 18 people, which is what you usually do, right?
Yeah.
Because we're not, our master file essentially is one person that we can add in like accounting and things like that,
Right.
but we're not sending like a master file email. We're sending like attached to certain things.
yeah. That's what I'm assuming. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, because mine's different. I would send an email to the grandiest amount of people. I can
Yeah,
select
because like when
who or
Andy's talking,
not
it's
to
like
send
LA
to.
doing accounting or something,
Yeah.
but they're not attached to the master file. So you would do it through this way,
Okay.
my way,
Sure.
send the printout.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
But yeah, that will be it for me. Essentially, that's kind of straightforward, exactly what I do from beginning to end with the booking, whether it's a group, and I've done some group stuff with York College throughout the years. And I just realized the tour leader is me. But yeah, for the most part, I think that's all I can really
Okay.
show you on this one.
Cool.
Dimitro, I will get him to come over, but you guys have a couple minutes unless you guys need a lunch break or something. Because I do.
think we had lunch before, so.
Okay, awesome. I'll go grab him, but this is the most that's how you guys cook stuff.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Of
Em.
course.
Nicole, so with like the tour, because you know how sometimes the price per person changes and all that. Can that be edited in Lisa and the booking and everything?
Yeah, you have to edit the cost of the tour.
Yeah.
Size
Or-
here.
Yeah, it's in the client profile. You can't.
Yeah, it's
No,
part
no,
of-
Lisa is just a name within the system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, just random,
It's
right?
named Lisa. Yeah, it's not an agent. It's
And then
it's,
the override privileges you and
It's one of
Louise
the function.
would have.
yeah,
those.
exactly.
Yeah.
Within the
There's a
system.
variety of different overrides.
Yeah.
So there's like layers.
So we-
Yeah, but I mean, like, basically you have master permission or min permissions on everything.
Yes. Do I know how to enact all
Yeah.
these permissions I have?
Yeah.
Not necessarily. Do I
Yeah.
have the permissions?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Like, do I remember how to change currency? No.
Yeah.
But I have
Yeah,
once upon a time, 800 years ago.
and then, yeah,
And
we can
deleting
maybe,
a client profile.
we can maybe discuss, because all need certain permissions, but not all of them.
Yeah.
And
I
Emily will
also have to
definitely
remember
need,
what the layers of permission are, because
okay,
they have them listed, they have names.
because Emily will also need,
Permissions.
similar permissions to Louise.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But which permissions go together? It's a tiered system. I honestly don't remember what the tiers are.
Sure.
So everyone at EWT is gonna have more permissions than most
Demetrius,
people
just
at
For
AA.
sure, yeah.
Sorry?
Dimitro's just on the phone.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
no worries.
Are your heads about to explode or are you okay?
We're okay. Thankfully, we also have the video to rewatch.
Okay,
Um,
Demetrius just on the phone,
Okay.
but maybe I'll tell him to keep it briefer, but
Yeah.
then you guys can maybe then ask.
Yeah, then
can
we can go forth and
practice
play.
and
Yeah,
ask questions. I'll just tell him
I
to
agree.
just do a quick overview.
Yes.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Thanks,
Yeah, because
Soraya.
I know, like, we take it for granted because we use it all the time,
Yeah.
but it's gotta be like. oh,
Yeah, for
this
us,
is a
it's
bit
trendy,
much.
After
right?
trials, yeah, but it's fine. Like, I mean, it's good to, it's good.
And once you've used the
We'll
CRM
have to
before,
dig in
Yeah.
Once you
deeper
use it,
anyway, yeah.
And
Did you
just
stop
that's
the
the beauty
recording?
is you could just,
I didn't.
start.
oh,
Evan said
recording?
it was still recording.
Yeah.
oh, there I was like that.
But yeah, once you start using it, it gets pretty easy.
Yes.
But it's the getting to the phase of using it.
Oh, and
Yeah.
one of my the St. Joe group,
Uh-huh.
going this way.
Yeah.
School guy prefer